Let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Heartland Ladies Wrestling. It is great to be here tonight, Sunday evening, June the 7th, with a very exciting main event, Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship on the line. The team of MK Ultra, your reigning and defending champions, of course, Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly, to take on Team Sea-Stars, the sister duo of Delmy Exo and Ashley Vox in tonight's main event. First in line at the turnstile tonight, as always, Neil Lau, the #1 fan of the Heartland. Barbara 113, also welcome to you this evening, my friend. Before the show got started, before we came to air, lots of interesting stuff happening here in Cleveland at the house of the Wolstein Center on the campus of Cleveland State University, where tonight's action is taking place. First off, an announcement from Velvet Wrestling. The Shinron, the Velvet Wrestling representative to the gauntlet match scheduled for the 4th of July for the Butcher Legacy Championship. Shinron has pulled out of that match after winning the newly instituted Velvet Television Championship. That decision roundly criticized by people around the Heartland. Bob Orton Jr. releasing a statement saying that I believe Shinron is the Aztec word for coward. And so Neil Lau has promised to replace Shinron in the gauntlet match. That announcement forthcoming here tonight, but Shinron has some heat around the Filsinger Games universe for his decision to pull out of the July 4th gauntlet match. Also, as the show opened here in Cleveland, it was Heartland Ladies Champion Portia Perez taking to the microphone and flapping her yap as she is known to do, all about how she is the best and the baddest woman in the Heartland and nobody will ever take the ladies championship from her. And that brought out, of course, the #1 contender to that title, NICOLE SAVOY. SAVOY, of course, already having had one grudge match or one championship shot, which was interrupted by Nicole Matthews, the partner of Portia Perez, ending in a disqualification. Nicole SAVOY looking forward to her title match, but that also brought out Jordynne Grace, who has plenty of grudges to settle with Portia Perez. And Jordynne wanted a piece of Portia. Nicole SAVOY wanted a piece of Portia. And Portia, being the shrewd and devious manipulator that she is, managed to convince Heartland Commissioner Teddy Long, Heartland General Manager Teddy Long, to schedule a tag team match later tonight. The team of Jordynne Grace and her partner Allison Danger will take on Nicole SAVOY and her partner Mercedes Martinez. Both these two very popular, very beloved athletes here in the Heartland. But they'll have to square off in tag team action tonight. And the winner of that will get a grudge match against the Canadian Ninjas team of Portia Perez and Nicole Matthews. So it will be babyface versus babyface in a no disqualification grudge match tonight here in Cleveland. And here is the announcement from Neely Bob. Fred Curry, Flying Fred Curry, will take the place of Shinron in the gauntlet match on the 4th of July. So we look forward to Flying Fred Curry putting his name into contention for the Butcher Legacy Championship on July the 4th. And with that, we will run down the preliminary matches that took place here tonight. The show opened with the Heartland Ladies Wrestling debut in singles competition of one Crazy Mary Dobson. This gal is something else. Of course, had a somewhat successful run in the WWE under the persona of Valkyrie, in accompaniment with the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar. Of course, Crazy Mary Dobson, a.k.a. Valkyrie, the real-life wife of Eric of the Viking Raiders, and the real-life mother of his child, and so she's been inactive from the wrestling world, but that will not keep her out of the ring here in the Filsinger Games universe. Unfortunately, across the ring from Crazy Mary Dobson was none other than Joni Lauer, a.k.a. Chyna. And it was Joni Lauer taking the pinfall victory in our opening contest over Crazy Mary Dobson with a spinning neck breaker. Next up, another disappointing debut in Heartland Wrestling, returning to action, Tessa Blanchard. And boy, does Tessa Blanchard have all the potential of the world if she could get her head screwed on straight. But so far that hasn't happened. And she had the unfortunate distinction of facing off against the 6-foot Australian sensation Madison Eagles. And it was Madison Eagles with the Hellbound, that spinning neck breaker knee across the back of the neck that put Tessa down for the pinfall. And just before we came to air, a very exciting tag team match. The team of Lena Cross and Jessica Troy, the Aussie duo, taking on the European duo of Rhea O'Reilly and Saraya Knight, and it was a brawl. Indeed, it was a brawl, and it ended in a countout as Rhea O'Reilly got the countout victory over Lena Cross. Something of an upset there. Lena Cross, a very devastating competitor, but she was counted out after the out-of-the-ring brawl with Rhea O'Reilly. And that brings us to tonight's opening contest. Ladies and gentlemen, your first televised match here tonight from Cleveland is a tag team contest. It is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect for this one. As we get the ring set up for tonight's opening televised tag team contest. Introducing first, from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She stands at 5'7". She weighs 135 pounds. This is Shayna Baszler. And her tag team partner hails from Las Vegas, Nevada, 5'5", 150 pounds. This is Lacey Ryan, collectively known as the Pure Fusion Collective. And their opponents, collectively known as the team of Regeneration X. First, from Gotham, Florida. She stands at 5'2" and weighs 115 pounds. This is Leva Bates. And her tag team partner hails from Belmont Hills, Pennsylvania. She stands at 5'7" and weighs 140 pounds. This is Allison Danger. As the introductions are complete, we welcome Jay Randus to ringside. Welcome to tonight's action. We've also got in the crowd Shotzi Blackheart, the Velvet Champion. And she's either snickering or in need of a Snickers, one or the other. But welcome to Shotzi Blackheart. As always, the Velvet Posse represented in full tonight here in Cleveland. And now we are ready for action. It will be Leva Bates, a.k.a. Blue Pants, from her NXT run, starting things off against Lacey Ryan, the Powerhouse. As they come together in the center of the ring, it is Lacey Ryan taking the advantage with a waistlock takedown. Leva Bates quickly sits out of that, gets back to her feet, and it's Leva with a drop toe hold that takes Lacey Ryan down to the canvas. Leva now pressing her advantage. And as Lacey gets to her feet, Leva clocked her right in the back of the head with a big enziguri, and Lacey Ryan goes down. Very nice maneuver there by Leva Bates. And Leva now is going to go for a Shiranui. And she's going to go for a cover. The pin roll here is 3. And on a roll of 11, Lacey Ryan is able to kick out. Leva Bates quickly taking charge in the opening moments of this one. Another Shiranui. And Lacey is down and rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And here we go. On the arena floor, it will be Lacey Ryan winning the brawl on the arena floor by way of a DDT onto the concrete floor, and that is going to leave a mark. Lacey Ryan now in control and back in the ring. She is going to go for a frog splash. This is a choice F maneuver, choice F, or excuse me, choice H. So she can either go with a death jump roll of B or an agility roll of 6 or lower. She's going to go for the death jump roll to complete the frog splash, and on a roll of 9, that is the, let's find the chart. That is a big hit. So Lacey Ryan hits the frog splash, and Leva Bates again is down. Dave Gardner Videos joining us here tonight. Welcome to you, Dave. Good to see you, my man. This is a double team opportunity for the Pure Fusion Collective, and on a roll of 6, it's a bone-crunching double clothesline that puts Leva Bates back down on the canvas. Shayna Baszler now in charge and in the ring as the legal competitor, and she's going to go right to a knee bar. Shayna Baszler, that MMA experience, going to try for the submission hold right here. Leva Bates crawls her way to the ropes in order to cause the hold to be broken. But Shayna is in charge, and Shayna now is going to go to the arm bar. Again trying to force the submission. And again, Leva Bates just able to crawl to the ropes to force that hold to be broken. But Leva Bates has suffered 2 very painful submission holds here from the MMA experience of Shayna Baszler. That's going to set up a double team opportunity for the collective, but they are going to miss. Leva Bates ducks out of the way of a clothesline. Shayna Baszler colliding with Lacey Ryan, and that is going to give Leva Bates the opening. And Leva Bates takes Shayna Baszler over with the head scissors and down to the canvas. And finally, Leva able to tag in Allison Danger for the first time. Allison Danger now legally in the ring against Shayna Baszler, and Allison dumps her with her flirting with danger maneuver. And Shayna slowly getting to her feet. Allison's on her again, whipped to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Shayna Baszler, and on a roll of 6, that is the drop down go the other way. And on a roll of 8, it is a running back elbow from Allison that stuns Shayna Baszler. Allison maintains control here. What's she going to do now? The old school expulsion, that knee breaker across the, that neck breaker across the knee. And Shayna Baszler is down. Shayna Baszler is down, and Allison now is going to go up for a death jump. Death jump to be attempted here by Allison Danger, and on a roll of 6, Allison nails Shayna Baszler with a flying double axe handle off of the top rope. And now it is a double team opportunity for Regeneration X. And on a roll of 5, that is a devastating double team move. That is going to be an add 1 point of fatigue to Shayna Baszler. Leva Bates now the legal competitor in the ring for Regeneration X. And she hits that Shiranui again. She's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4. And on a roll of 4, she may get her. Lacey attempting the pin save, and just in the nick of time. Lacey Ryan saves the pin, and Shayna Baszler lives to fight on, but she is down, and Leva Bates is in control. And now it is the Sonic Screwdriver. This is a +2 tag team finisher. The pin roll here will be 7 or lower, and Lacey not able to make the save. And on a roll of 12, Shayna able to kick out. So the collective has used both of their pin saves attempts. And now Allison Danger is the legal competitor in the ring. Double team opportunity for Regeneration X. And another devastating double team move adds another point of fatigue on Shayna Baszler. Allison Danger as we are informed, your reigning Intercontinental Champion in Velvet Wrestling. With a chance to finish off Shayna Baszler here, it is the Medusa Cascade and the cover. The pin roll here is 7, and on a roll of 8, Shayna again able to kick out. Leva Bates now is the legal competitor in the ring. Shayna desperate to get out and make a tag. Here is another Shiranui, and Shayna is down. Shayna crawling. Leva cuts off the ring. Leva now is going to go up for a death jump. Leva to the top rope. And on a roll of 6, she nails Shayna with a flying drop kick off of the top turnbuckle. Another double team opportunity for Regeneration X. And another devastating double team tag move. Shayna Baszler is just about dead to rights here, as Allison Danger is now in control. Allison Danger going up for the death jump. And on a roll of 7, it is a flying knee off of the top turnbuckle by Allison Danger. Allison now back to the Medusa Cascade. They hit it, but Shayna is finally able to get up to one knee. Desperately struggling to make the tag. Leva now the legal competitor in the ring. Critical confirmation. She didn't get all of it. Leva stays on the offensive with another enziguri. Shayna is trying to struggle to her feet. And now a head scissors takeover by Leva Bates. Another double team opportunity for Regeneration X. And this time it is a running forearm smash delivered by Allison Danger. Shayna Baszler desperate to get over and make the tag. And now Allison comes with flirting with Danger. She is going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 9. And on a pin roll of 11, Shayna Baszler kicked out again. Unbelievable resilience by Shayna Baszler. Allison Danger looking for the finish here. Lovelace choker. Some people call that the sling blade. And Shayna is trying to struggle to her feet. Allison stays on her. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Shayna Baszler. And oh, finally, Allison ducks her head a beat too soon. Shayna catches her and slams her knee into the forehead of Allison Danger. Shayna with a chance to go on the offensive. A big power bomb takes Allison Danger down. Allison trying to make the tag, unable to do so. Shayna finally tags in Lacey Ryan. And Shayna Baszler survived a horrific beating by Regeneration X here, as Lacey Ryan comes in and nails Allison Danger with a back elbow. Lacey picking right up with a twisting blockbuster. She's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4. On a roll of snake eyes, she may get her. A pin save attempted by Leva Bates, and oh, this is going to be successful. On a roll of 11, we now have all four wrestlers in the ring. Will we see a double disqualification here? We will not. We go to the odd even roll to see who wins the brawl. And on a roll of 6, it is Lacey's team who wins the brawl. Lacey in charge against Allison Danger, now pitching Allison out of the ring. Down to the arena floor we go. And it is Lacey Ryan going to win that with a cannonball off the ring apron. Allison is down. Lacey is in charge. Lacey coming up now for a frog splash. This is a choice H maneuver. So she can either go with the death jump on an A death jump, or she can go for the agility roll of 9 or lower. She's going to take the agility roll, and on a roll of 7, she nails the frog splash, and Allison Danger is down. And now Lacey going to go for that frog splash again on a roll of 9 or lower. This time Allison rolls out of the way of Danger. No pun intended. Whip to the turnbuckle by Allison. Off the turnbuckle comes Lacey Ryan, and she eats a big kick from Allison Danger. Allison trying to put Lacey down. Dangerous liaisons. Lacey is hurt. Allison follows that up with another flirting with Danger. Double team opportunity for Regeneration X. And a awesome double neck breaker delivered by Allison and Leva. Leva now is your legal competitor in the ring. She is going to go for the Yakuza kick. This is a choice F maneuver. She will need 6 or lower to hit this, and on a roll of 9, Lacey able to dodge the Yakuza kick and come back instead with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Leva Bates, but it is Leva lifting a knee to the head of Lacey to maintain control. And Leva follows that up with the critical confirmation. Tag to Allison Danger. Allison comes in with another whip to the ropes. Lacey Ryan coming off the ropes and on a roll of 10. That is a running double clothesline, and both wrestlers go down. Allison Danger first to her feet, as the ropes ratings for these two are even. And it is Allison going for the Medusa Cascade, that tag team move, and that brings Leva back into the ring as your legal competitor. Here is Leva with a whip to the ropes. On a roll of 6, that's the drop down, go the other way. And on a roll of 7, Leva delivers a high back body drop that drops Lacey Ryan to the canvas. Lacey gets to her feet, another whip to the ropes, and another big back body drop. Lacey is down. And now the superhero kick stuns Lacey Ryan. Another double team opportunity for Regeneration X, and this time it is a deadly elbow smash delivered by Allison Danger to Lacey Ryan. Allison Danger now with a standing suplex. She follows that up with the old school expulsion across the knee with that backbreaker. Lacey still got plenty of gas left in her tank. Here is another whip to the turnbuckle. Coming off the turnbuckle this time, it is Lacey with a knee to the head of Allison Danger, and Lacey in control. Lacey now with a big German suplex, and oh, that looked like it hurt. She got all of that one. Allison crawling over, attempting to make the tag, unable to do so. Lacey Ryan now is in control, and she is going to go for a slingshot elbow drop. Again, Allison is down. Lacey not looking for a tag. Shayna Baszler is exhausted. She's on her own here, and she's now going to go for the lights out. This is a +2 finisher. The pin roll here 5 or lower, and on a roll of 11, Allison able to kick out. And the match continues with Lacey still in control. Lacey now with a fireman's carry roll takes Allison down to the canvas. Follows that up with a big back elbow. Allison blocks the back elbow, and Allison comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle. This match is sensational. We're coming up on 20 minutes of action. And coming off the turnbuckle, Lacey lifts a knee to the head of Allison Danger. And Lacey follows that up with another big German suplex that plants Allison Danger. Lacey Ryan, a dangerous, dangerous wrestler. And she now follows that up with another fireman's carry roll. And finally, they're going to go for a double team, is the collective. Shayna can only sit out for so long, and on a roll of 9, it is a running forearm smash delivered by Shayna to Allison. Shayna now maintains control with a waistlock takedown and quickly tags back in Lacey Ryan. Lacey back in the ring and in control with a forearm strike. Allison's going to fire right back with another whip to the turnbuckle. Lacey coming off the turnbuckle and eating a big kick from Allison. Allison now in control with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Lacey Ryan, and a big back body drop puts Lacey back down onto the canvas. Standing suplex blocked by Lacey Ryan. Lacey fires back instead with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Allison Danger. And that's going to be a running back elbow delivered by Lacey Ryan. Followed up by another big German suplex, and Allison Danger once again is down. And here goes Lacey Ryan for another attempt at a frog splash. She needs 9 or lower to hit this, and she nails it. And Allison Danger is hurting and slow to get to her feet. Lacey stays on her, whip to the turnbuckle, thought better of it. Instead, she's going to go up for a clothesline. This is a choice F maneuver, choice F. She will need a roll of 8 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 12, Allison dodges the clothesline and comes back with another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle, And with a big specialty move, Allison Danger takes Lacey Ryan down to the mat. Chance for Allison to finish her here. Shimmering Warlock, the pin roll here 5 or lower, and on a roll of 7, to the surprise of no one, Lacey kicks out. Allison still in control, going up for a death jump. A flying knee strike to be attempted. This is a choice H maneuver, and she will need a roll of 7 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 8, Lacey dodges the flying knee strike and comes back with a seated drop kick of her own. We're going to go about another 5 minutes here and then call this one a draw if it's not resolved. Here's Lacey with the whip to the ropes, and Allison eats a big running back elbow. Lacey follows that up with a crescent kick. That was nasty. Allison unable to make the tag as Lacey comes back at her now with another big drop kick. Once again, Allison finally able to make the tag, and Leva Bates comes storming into the ring as your legal competitor. Tries a sunset flip, cannot get her over. That's a power move, and Lacey instead with a back elbow puts Leva Bates onto the canvas. Lacey is got her in position now for a frog splash. And on a roll of 4, she nails the frog splash. And Leva is hurt. Lacey comes at her now with the lights out. That's a +2 finisher. Allison attempting the pin save, and again we've got all 4 women in the ring. There will not be a disqualification here. And on a roll of 4, it's Leva winning the brawl. Leva with a diving mushroom stomp. She goes for the cover. The pin roll here is 5, and Lacey is able to kick out. All the pin rolls have been used. Leva Bates now in control and going up for a, thought about a death jump. Instead, she's going to go with a whip to the ropes. And off the ropes, dropping down the other way comes Lacey Ryan. And oh, Leva set her head too soon. Lacey picks her up and a big German suplex down to the canvas. Lacey now pitching Leva Bates out of the ring. And on the arena floor, it is Lacey winning the brawl with a body slam onto the arena floor. 2 minutes remaining as Lacey comes back with a twisting blockbuster. The pin roll here is 7, and finally she got her. A marathon opening tag team match finally won by the Pure Fusion Collective. That was a brilliant match. As Lacey Ryan gets the pin with a twisting blockbuster. And with that victory, the Pure Fusion Collective, Lacey Ryan and Shayna Baszler, will meet the team of Rhea O'Reilly and Saraya Knight for an opportunity to wrestle for the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Wow, Tracy Brooks scouting this match. Hello again. Captain Carl, 8230. Bobby, welcome to the chat room. Philip Reynolds joining us. That was about a 25-minute match, and that was something spectacular. Here I was hoping to get tonight's action completed in time to watch the NBA game at 7:30. We've still got 3 more matches to go, and they are going to be very exciting matches indeed. So we've got Allison Danger as the Intercontinental Champ in Velvet. Zeta Zhang, the Ladies Television Champion. And Tracy Brooks here representing the Velvet Posse, scouting this match. But our next contest is going to be singles action. The following contest scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. Introducing first, hailing from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. She stands at 5'6" and weighs 156 pounds. This is Luna Vachon. And her opponent hails from the Andromeda Galaxy. She stands at 6 foot even. Her weight is indefinite on this planet. This is KRIS Statlander. And a big announcement here from Captain Carl 8230. His Legends of Wrestling cards came in a couple of days ago. Bobby, we are anxious to hear what sort of action you have in mind for the Legends of Wrestling. Also, Bear 805, Christopher Baker joining us, and Sports Time Machine 2102. You missed a sensational opening tag team match. 25 minutes it took for Shayna Baszler and Lacey Ryan to take down Allison Danger and Leva Bates. And now it is Statlander versus VACHON in singles competition, with Kris Statlander gaining the opening advantage and coming out with the dreaded double wet willy. That wasn't very nice, and Luna taking exception. Luna now just responds to that with an illegal chokehold right in front of the referee. The referee scolding Luna VACHON, but Luna not very happy about the double wet willy, and she has taken over on offense, and she now is going to go for a double sledge. She'll need a roll of 6 or lower to hit that, and Kris Statlander able to dodge the double sledge and come back with a Pele kick, nicely executed by Statlander. Statlander follows up with a wheelbarrow German suplex, and down goes Luna VACHON, slow to get to her feet. Kris Statlander is on her with another big power slam, showing her dominance here. And now another big Pele kick stuns Luna VACHON. Statlander maintaining control with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Luna, and she's going to reverse that whip to the turnbuckle. And now coming off the turnbuckle, it is Statlander dodging a running clothesline by Luna VACHON. She rolls her up, Statlander going for the pin, and Luna able to kick out. But Statlander alertly getting out of the way of a charging Luna VACHON. Statlander now in control, going for a Finley roll. She will need a roll of 8 or lower to complete that. She got her down, and she got her down hard. And Luna's slow to get to her feet. Statlander follows that up with a big buckle bomb, and this time Luna does not get to her feet. She is down. What is Statlander going to do? Here is the scissor kick. The pin roll here 5 or lower, and on a roll of 8, Luna able to kick out. Great resilience and great heart shown by all of the ladies here in Heartland Ladies Wrestling tonight. And now we've got Statlander going up for the death jump. And on a roll of 7, a flying knee smash delivered by Kris Statlander off of the top turnbuckle. Statlander going to go up for the moonsault this time, and she hits the moonsault. Luna again is down, and Statlander now with a blue thunder bomb, slamming Luna down hard to the canvas. Another big power slam, Statlander punishing Luna VACHON. And Statlander follows that up with a cartwheel double leg drop. Very athletic move. Both ladies now getting to their feet. They come together in the center of the ring, and it's Luna VACHON with the snapmare taking Statlander down. Another snapmare, and Statlander down once again. Luna trying to slow down the pace. 3 consecutive snapmares, taking the wind out of Statlander. And now an overhand wrist lock allows Luna to keep control. Luna follows that up with a gut wrench over and down to the canvas hard. Statlander rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Now this is where Luna loves to play, and on a roll of 6, that is Luna VACHON going to win the brawl on the arena floor and drive the back of Kris Statlander into the ring apron. This may be a chance for Luna VACHON to do some damage. And it is Luna going for the double sledge once again. She'll need 6 or lower to hit that. And again, Kris Statlander able to dodge the double sledge. And Statlander comes back with another big buckle bomb that stuns Luna VACHON. Another wheelbarrow German suplex takes Luna down. And another wheelbarrow German, this time Luna able to block that. And Luna follows up with a back elbow and then a hooking clothesline that stuns Kris Statlander. They come together again. It's Luna with a rake of the back. Statlander slow to get to her feet. Luna hits her with a front face lock takedown. Statlander with the reversal, and Statlander with another big Pele kick. And this time it is Luna Vachon rolling down to the arena floor and out of the ring. And Luna on the arena floor on a roll of 10. That is going to be a foreign object brought into play by KRIS Statlander. Statlander with her athletic tape now choking down Luna Vachon. The referee is putting the 5 count on her and almost called for the disqualification before Statlander gave up the tape. And now Statlander with another Blue Thunder bomb in the center of the ring. She's going to go for the cover, and on a roll of 6, she almost got her. Statlander keeping control now, going up for the death jump. And coming off with another big flying double axe handle off the top turnbuckle. Another moonsault to be attempted here. And she got all of the moonsault. Luna is down yet again. And Statlander is not going to let Luna escape the ring. Instead, Statlander is going to go with the whip to the turnbuckle. Coming off the turnbuckle is Luna, and Luna lifts the knee to the head of KRIS Statlander. And Statlander is stunned. A spinning neckbreaker dumps Statlander onto the canvas. Another spinning neckbreaker now and a cover, and Statlander forced to kick out. But Luna Vachon has taken control in this one. Back and forth we go, and now out of the ring we go again. And it is Luna Vachon winning the brawl on the arena floor and slamming KRIS Statlander onto the announcer's table. Luna now going to follow that up with a jumping DDT. Staying on the offensive, it's Luna taking a back rake against KRIS Statlander. And Statlander following that up, returning fire with a big power slam. As Statlander takes control. Here is Statlander with a whip to the turnbuckle and a big kick delivered by KRIS Statlander. Very even matchup tonight. Another wheelbarrow German by KRIS Statlander. Can she convert on that? She hits the buckle bomb again. Luna slowly getting to her feet. Statlander getting to her feet. A double leg drop is hit by Statlander. And she follows that up again with another Pele kick. Both ladies slowly getting to their feet. Whip to the turnbuckle by Statlander. And coming off the turnbuckle this time, it is Luna nailing Statlander with a skull-splitting running lariat that takes KRIS Statlander over the top rope and down to the arena floor. On the arena floor, it is Luna Vachon with an Irish whip into the ring steps. Solo promoter Grant Bachoco, the legend, is here as Luna now has Statlander at her mercy. Out of the ring we go again. And this time it is another big move. A drop stomach first across the steel security railing. KRIS Statlander may be counted out here on a roll of 4 or lower. But on the count of 9, she's able to get back into the ring. Luna is waiting for her with bad intentions. Here is the top rope splash. That is a +1 finisher. The pin roll here 6 or lower, and on a roll of 5, she got her. Luna Vachon gets the victory in a big match, a tough match, over KRIS Statlander with the top rope splash after beating down KRIS Statlander on the arena floor. So yeah, 2 very good matches tonight, and yet still here 2 to go. As we hear more from Captain Carl about his plans for his Legends Fed. He's going to try and go back in time to the beginning of 1984 and separate the active wrestlers into the old territories. Yeah, of course, Hogan, Flair, Rhodes not available. Macho Man Randy Savage is available, Ted DiBiase and the like. So there will be a lot of good action available to those days. I'll also be using the pre- and post-match highlights from Face to the Mat to provide some storylines along the way. Good idea, Captain Carl. We look forward to hearing from the results of your action as another convert to the Filsinger Games universe. Captain Carl 8230. Bobby is ready to roll. It's up to you, promoter. Enjoy. All right, and now, as we mentioned at the top of the show, we have a very unusual tag team no disqualification match, pitting two very popular teams against each other here. And the stakes for this match are a tag team grudge match against the Canadian Ninjas. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, everybody hates Portia Perez. That's not news. Portia Perez was out flapping her yap, and Jordynne Grace wanted a piece of her. Nicole Savoy wanted a piece of her. And thanks to the one and only Teddy Long, we now have a tag team match in the offing, and the winners will get a tag team grudge match against the team of the Canadian Ninjas, Portia Perez and her partner, Nicole Matthews. So, ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is scheduled for one fall with no disqualification and no time limit. The winners of this match will receive a tag team grudge match against the Canadian Ninjas. Introducing first, out of Sacramento, California, standing at 5'7", weighing 142 pounds. Currently the number one contender to the Heartland Ladies Championship. This is Nicole Savoy. And her tag team partner hails from Waterbury, Connecticut. Standing at 5'7", weighing 147 pounds. This is Mercedes Martinez. And Mercedes Martinez, boy, you talk about a veteran who is a credit to the sport of wrestling in every way. Look no further than Mercedes Martinez. And their opponents coming to the ring first, out of Austin, Texas. She stands at 5'2" and weighs 160 pounds. This is Jordynne Grace. And her tag team partner hails from Belmont Hills, Pennsylvania, standing at 5'7", weighing 140 pounds. This is Allison Danger. And not long ago, Allison Danger was involved in a 25-minute tag team match of her own and took some damage there. So I'm going to make a promoter's decision, and we're going to start Allison Danger with 1 point of fatigue in this match. And as we come together in the center of the ring, it will be Jordynne Grace and Mercedes Martinez to start the action here in this tag match. And Jordynne Grace has the opening initiative role and takes Mercedes down with the snapmare. Mercedes quickly back to her feet and takes Jordynne down with a front face lock. So, doubtless the high stakes of this match. They're starting things off with a technical showdown. And Mercedes now with a gutbuster. That's a power move, and nobody is going to hit a power move of any sort on Jordynne Grace. She blocks that, and it is Jordynne coming back with a whip to the right. And a pounce. Out of nowhere, Jordynne Grace just pounced Mercedes Martinez, taking her right off of her feet. That is going to cost Mercedes a point of fatigue, but Mercedes a one-rated pin roll. There will be no pin roll on this one, but Jordynne Grace now in charge. And Jordynne with an Argentine powerbomb plants Mercedes Martinez. Tag to Allison Danger. Allison comes in the ring against Mercedes and in control. And it's Allison with the old school expulsion. Across the knee. Stunning Mercedes. Allison keeps on the pressure. Thought about a whip to the turnbuckle. Looked at the ratings and thought differently. And instead she's going to go for a forearm smash on a choice D. And with the choice D, she will need 6 or lower to hit the forearm smash. And Mercedes blocks that, and it is Mercedes firing back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Allison Danger, and she eats a back elbow from Allison, and she is going to tag Nicole Savoy into this match. In comes Nicole with a big power slam. Allison getting to her feet. They come together in the center of the ring. Emotions beginning to run high. And it is Nicole Savoy now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Allison, and She just came forward into an incredible neck-breaking clothesline from Nicole Savoy. Savoy now with a chance to do some damage. Pitches Allison out of the ring, and here we go. Action on the arena floor. And it is Nicole Savoy taking no prisoners with a DDT onto the concrete. And Nicole is now in control, and she's going to go for a dragon suplex. The pin roll here, 5. And on a roll of 4, she may get her. Unless Jordan can make the save, she cannot. And just like that, Nicole Savoy showing how dangerous she is with that dragon suplex and the pinfall. And the team of Nicole Savoy and Mercedes Martinez will get a measure of revenge in tag team action against the Canadian Ninjas. And that match will be an exciting prelude to the upcoming title match, which will pit Nicole Savoy against Portia Perez for the Heartland Ladies Championship. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to our main event of the evening. Got a little bit of a raspy throat this week. My wife has a pretty substantial case of laryngitis that has held her up this week. I'm a little bit stuffy and a little bit hoarse and a little bit headachy, and I'm not sure if there's a bug going around. It could be that we had our carpets cleaned and there may just be a lot of dust in the air from that. That has kind of put my voice in a rough place. But we are ready for tonight's main event. This is for the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers out of Providence, Rhode Island. At a total combined weight of 248 pounds, collectively known as Team Sea Stars, this is Delmy Exo and her partner Ashley Vox. And their opponents are your reigning and defending Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions, collectively known as MK Ultra. Introducing first, out of Moscow, Russia. She stands at 5'3" and weighs 136 pounds. This is Masha Slamovich. And her tag team partner hails from Lisbon, Portugal. She stands at 5'5". She weighs 128 pounds. This is Killer Kelly. So Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich, MK Ultra defending the tag team titles against Team Sea Stars. We will have to get our championship dice in play for this one. The silver and gold. Drink water, says Neely Bob. Good call. I got a big glass of water here by my side, and we will keep that handy. And it will be Killer Kelly starting things off against Ashley Vox, the speed merchant of Team Sea Stars. Delmy Exo, the power wrestler in this sister duo. But it will be Ashley Vox getting the opening initiative role, and she comes out attempting a suplex, and that's not a great idea, as Killer Kelly has the power advantage and is able to block that and come back instead with a waistlock takedown that puts Ashley on the mat. Ashley not able to make a tag as Killer Kelly now takes control. Another waistlock takedown and another failed attempt at a tag, and now Kelly is going to go with a test of strength, and that is much to her advantage, taking Ashley down to one knee. Finally, Ashley able to make the tag to her sister and her partner, Delmy Exo. Delmy Exo hitting the ring for the first time, coming with an attempt at an enziguri, and she caught that one, and caught it but good. Both ladies go down, come to their feet. Killer Kelly now, as they come together, is going to try that test of strength again, and she is able to take Delmy down to one knee, and Delmy has to tag out to Sister Ashley, and also Masha Slamovich tagging into the match for the first time. And it is Masha, as they come together in the center of the ring, attempting a full Nelson. And that's a good move for Masha, taking Ashley down to her knee as Ashley fights off the effects of that full Nelson. Masha Slamovich, very good upper body strength. And now a spinning heel kick. Wow, great agility by Masha. As Ashley was trying to regain her bearings after the full Nelson, Masha caught her, spinning heel kick. And Masha in control now, hits that spinning heel kick again. And that is going to present a double team opportunity for the champions. And on a roll of 7, it is a running forearm smash delivered by Killer Kelly to take control on Ashley Vox. Killer Kelly now again thought about a whip to the ropes and instead pulls Ashley Vox up and just nails her with a short arm clothesline. Ashley first to her feet. Ashley coming back now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Killer Kelly. And on a roll of 6, it's Kelly grabbing Ashley and sending her the other way. But as Kelly charges into the corner, Ashley dodges and nails Killer Kelly with a skull-splitting running lariat. Killer Kelly is down. Ashley with a chance to do some damage here. And she is going to go for the fisherman suplex. And with that, Killer Kelly is going to hit the mat and roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor. This is a big advantage for Killer Kelly, but on a roll of 9, it is Ashley able to maintain control and win the brawl on the arena floor, slamming the head of Killer Kelly into the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring, in case you have not been previously informed. Now another fisherman suplex from Ashley. And Ashley maintains control. Ashley following that up with another whip to the turnbuckle. And this time an incredible neck-breaking clothesline delivered by Ashley Vox that puts Killer Kelly down once again. Ashley with the flopping fish. This is a tag team finisher. The pin roll here 4 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Killer Kelly able to kick out. Delmy Exo now your legal wrestler in the ring for the challengers. And Delmy is going to go with the heart attack. Another +1 tag team maneuver. This time the pin roll is 5. And we got the 5, so can Masha make the save? She cannot. And new tag team champions are crowned. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of explosive double team moves by Team Sea-Stars. And they have scored the pinfall victory. Delmy Exo getting the pin on Killer Kelly after the heart attack. Masha unable to make the save. And congratulations to Team Sea-Stars. Ashley Vox and Delmy Exo, your new Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions. All right, fans, my voice is shot. We've got about 7 minutes before the NBA Finals get started. And that is the perfect time to call it a night here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Neely Bob, the solo promoter Grant Bachoco, Captain Carl 8230, Jay Randis, Dave Gardner, Barbara 113, Sports Time Machine 2102, Bear 805. Gosh, I'm losing count of all these of all these great folks. Philip Reynolds. And I believe we got everybody. Jay Randis, Dave Gardner. Yes, thank you all for checking out tonight's broadcast of Heartland Ladies Wrestling here from the Dave Cave. That's our stream, and I am out of here.